rising. Today we're going to take a look at some energies for you for the month of May. So, taking a look at these cards, just so you know, I am going to be shuffling and pulling more cards, but first let's take a look at what we have in front of us. So, what I'm seeing here, Capricorn, excuse me, is for the month of May, you are going to be walking away. This can be a person, this can be friends, work, any type of situation that resonates with you. Sorry. So what I'm seeing here is that it's someone or something that you're connected to. Because although you know you need to walk away from this person or situation in order to feel more fulfilled, it seems like you still have your foot in the door. You're waiting for the perfect time, I feel. And well, I feel like there's no perfect time. Here I'm seeing that you were dealing with someone or something where you were giving much more than you were receiving. All right. And you don't want that anymore. So what you need to do in order to move away from those energies, well, you have to keep to yourself. And you may come off as pretty selfish to other people, even though I don't feel you as being selfish. I feel you as having to guard yourself in order to protect yourself. All right. So you're walking away, and yes, it's going to be painful because you may need to cut out something or someone fully instead of partially, and it might not be something that you're completely ready for. All right, so there's a part of you that's saying, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be a lot happier. I'm going to be a lot more fulfilled. And then there's another part of you that's like, what if I make the wrong decision? What if I burn bridges that I shouldn't burn? What if I end up hurting myself in the long run? All right, but right now you're dealing with a lot of heartache. So walking away is never a bad thing, right? Like, I mean, if your intuition is telling you that you need to walk away, then I would say that's definitely something that you have to do. But I do think it's important to maybe take it step by step, all right, to work through the pain. Don't try to put your focus on work, on other people, on distracting yourself 100%, because what's going to happen is if you don't process what you're going through and really let go what you have to let go of, I think it's going to come back to bite you. Okay, it's just a feeling that I'm getting. But yeah, you were in a situation, you weren't getting what you gave, and you're like, this isn't it. This isn't what I want. This doesn't make me happy. And you're protecting yourself. You're wanting to protect yourself because it caused you too much damage, too much confusion, and you probably felt quite used and or useless. All right? So you're trying to make a perfect decision. You're waiting for that perfect moment. Excuse me. Sorry, Capricorn. But honestly, I don't think there's a perfect moment. I think that the pain is there. Walking away is also going to have its pain. But it seems like it's something that you need to do. So you're going in the right direction, it seems. Just let me pull some more cards on the energy for this, Capricorn. Capricorn. It's like you know that if you were to it's like you know if you were to, sorry about that, my storage was acting up on my phone. It's like you know if you were to walk away that you would be happier in the long run. But it's the whole thinking about it, dealing with it, going through it that's causing the damage, you know, that's making you not 100% fully commit to cutting things off and walking away. Let's see, Capricorn. Yeah, you're thinking about it a lot. You're thinking about it because you know it's something that you need to absolutely do, because you know, you were probably thinking that you could make things work. You were probably thinking that if you just tried harder, they would try harder too. All right. And it seems like that's not what happened. So what I'm seeing here is that you're resting, you're taking time to yourself, and you're really trying to think through things. You don't want to be in situations where you're being manipulated. You don't want to be in situations where you're being used. Because Capricorn, when you really care about someone or something, you can give so, so, so much. And then it's like the other person doesn't. And you come to a point where you're like, you know what? Bye. Because they're screwing around with your security and your confidence. And I see you here now. You want to rest. You want to look at everything, the pros, the cons, what happens if you stay, what happens if you leave. I think you're very worried. And here with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, it's like you could start that new beginning. You could have brand new people in your life who actually care about you, brand new work, brand new whatever it is you're looking for. All right, because with the Ten of Cups there, it's like you want the happiness. You want to feel fulfilled. You want to feel happy. You want to feel good, but it stopped. Okay, and I think that's because right now you're trying to look at all situations before you make a concrete decision. You want to have all your information. You want to know all the answers. And again, like I said, you're waiting for that perfect moment, but it's like that perfect moment isn't going to come. All right, it's one of those things where it's like you'll be lucky if you have that aha moment, you know, like, yes, now is the time. I think that you'd be lucky to have that. It's more of one of those things like, you know what? I have to really work with this. I have to really use my intuition and I have to let it guide me. And it's difficult, but I have to trust myself as well. Capricorn, Capricorn. Yeah, you're focusing on you. See, this is the thing. It's good that you're like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to give to people in situations that can't give back. I'm not going to be manipulated. I'm not going to be used. 100%. That's amazing. But at the same time, I just have this feeling that you're not really allowing a process of healing, okay? So to get to the next step, to really get to where you want to go, you do have to go through the process. You do have to heal, because if not, that stuff will come to the surface eventually. And when we keep packing lower and lower and lower people and situations that we don't want to deal with, it does us more harm than it does good. Okay, so whoever this person is, or these people or situations, you're cutting them out. You can't anymore. You were used and it's not okay. And you're cutting them out. Excuse me. What you're going to do is you're just going to work on yourself. You're going to work, start new projects, do some self-care. You're looking for something brand new. Why? Because I feel like in this moment, you may be lacking quite a bit of passion. All right. You're not as enthusiastic as you once were. You're not as enthusiastic as you want to be. And you want to do cool things and you want to do fun things and you want to be creative and you want to, you want to do the projects you want to do. You might want to travel. You want people in your life who are trustworthy, who are honest, and who are good people. And so you're walking away from those who aren't. All right. And in the process, they might think that you're being cold, detached, mean, even, when in reality, you're just being logical. You're thinking about, you know what? It's time for me to take care of myself. It's time for me to look out for myself. It's time for me to attract people who do the same into my life. And if they don't, I can't do this. And it seems like you're still in the process. And I think that's actually a good thing, Capricorn. I think that you resting and focusing on yourself and taking a look at everything to see what can come out of each situation, no matter how it goes, I think that is the best thing that you can currently do. And so, yes, rest, and when I say rest, it's not just cutting people out and going on with your life. I mean, try to take some rest from break from work. Try to take a break from whatever it is that you can to truly, truly rest and to truly start to heal. Okay? You want better people and better things in your life? You can get that. But if you're only working and you're not going through the healing process you're meant to do, because I feel like whoever or whatever it is that you're going to cut out, I feel like it's going to be a very big loss. Loss, not loss. Big loss, as in you're really afraid to see where it might go, but not such a big loss because I actually feel that whatever you're going to cut out is going to benefit you a lot. I really do. All right. So you're just going to be like, hey, I want to make more money, or I want to, maybe buy a car, save for a house, move to a different place, whatever it is, that's where your focus is going to be. And as long as you're allowing yourself to heal, I think you're also going to become a lot more passionate. Like out of nowhere, you're just feeling more passionate. And you may question that too. Like, oh, I thought I was never going to feel this again. And here I am. And I'm actually pretty happy. And I'm actually feeling passionate and enthusiastic. And I actually want to get on with life, meet people, date, travel. I want to do all these things that just not that long ago I was thinking I wouldn't be doing. Okay, Capricorn, let's see. Capricorn. But I am picking up strongly here that resting is going to be one of the most important things that you can do right now. Okay, so please keep that in mind. So what I'm seeing here is that you're gathering your strength. It's like you're gathering your strength to make that last call, that last cut of the person, of the job, of the situation. So right now, while you're resting, I think that's what you're doing is you're gathering strength, you're gathering energy so that you can make the final call. All right. But while you rest and while you're processing and while you're healing, what's going to happen is that you may be confused. Okay. That can be because of the type of connection that you have to this person or situation. And it could also be because you might be getting phone calls and messages from this person saying, what are you doing? This is wrong. You're being really standoffish. You're being really cold. You're selfish, etc. And I'm just going to say it. Yes, it might hurt you a lot to hear that. But if you know that you need to take this break, if you know that you need to take the distance, if you know that you need to cut someone or something off, better just to do it. Because you do have other options. And so while you're resting and you're regaining strength to do what you have to do, also take a look at your options because they do exist. All right. There's more work out there. There's other people out there. There's other connections out there. And they're not ones where you have to be walked all over. They're not ones where you have to be taken advantage of. They're not ones where you have to feel insecure. There are connections out there where people will love you for who you are, who will understand you, who will support you without asking for everything in return. All right. So you may have some messages from people or from certain people who are like, hey, don't do this, or I love you, I'm sorry. But if you feel like you need to take that disconnect, it's best that you do. Okay. So right now you're resting and you're gathering the strength because you know that you need to cut off someone, cut off something. I'm feeling very strongly for a lot of you that it is someone, but of course it can just be something. Okay. And well, also what I'm seeing here is that, you don't want to take the leap because you may feel like it's an immature move. Not immature, let me say, it may be a decision premature. That's what I wanted. Sorry. A premature decision. All right. You may think that it's a premature decision, that you're not thinking properly. It could be a whole array of reasons, but it's like this feeling of not being able to jump into it. And that's okay. You don't have to jump in to make decisions that are going to affect your life. You can take time and that's okay. But the thing is here is that there has to be more of a connection to vulnerability, more of a connection to your emotions, feeling things. All right. It's important that you feel and feel and feel, that you process and you heal so that you can let go. All right. Because if you just focus on work and stress and doing everything for everyone else and not really putting attention into the problems and feeling what you have to feel, then it's not going to make your new journey easy. All right. So, what I'm seeing here is be in touch with your vulnerability. Is that hard? Yeah, definitely. But it's something that's necessary. Okay. Be in touch with your vulnerability. Look at the options that you have. And more than anything, rest, but truly rest. Don't just work, 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 work. That's not rest. If you have to work because you have to work, okay. But if you're just putting your nose to the grind because you don't want to deal with anything else, that's not healing. Be in touch with yourself. Reach out to people who care about you, who you care about, who you can talk about the situation with. All right. If you're afraid of change, that's okay. Talk about it, journal it, do something that you have to do, but be more in touch with your emotions and with your vulnerability and your intuition. Trust yourself that you're making the right decision. Take this time to rest. And really, if you have to think about the pros and cons, that's completely fine. But please make sure that you're resting. All right? Because the answers are there. And the answers here are saying that, yes, moving along is going to benefit you more than anything else. But at the same time, if you're not processing and you're not healing, well, it's not really resting. Okay? So that's what you have to work on for the month of May. All right, Capricorn, that's what I have for you for today, and I will see you soon.